So there we have it, the swearing-in ceremony complete. Siphamandla, Goge, senior reporter, still with me. And of course, Sipa, this is not all the changes from the cabinet. These are just the people new to the cabinet. Some people have simply shifted within the cabinet. You've been making such interesting observations as we went through this list of people. Has the president finally gathered around him a loyal cabinet?
One would say, at least within the presidency, he has been able to get his loyalists. Because at the end of the day, as a politician and as the president, what you need is to have your loyalists, because these are the people who will be implementing the mandate of the party, but these are the people appointed by yourself. So you need your trusted lieutenants and people who will basically work well with you. So apart from Deputy President Paul Mashatile, whom we know that ahead of the 2022 National Congress of the ANC, featured on the slate of former Health Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize, if you look at the number of ministers in the presidency, you start with Khumbuzo Ntshavheni. We all know that she was brought in by President Ramaphosa in 2019. He made her the Minister of Small Business Development at the time. After that, he moved her to communications. Now she's the minister in the presidency, responsible for, among other things, state security. Those are the powers that the president will be transferring to her. So it's a very serious portfolio. And if you take into account that she's one of the people who was leading the CR17 campaign ahead of the 2017 National Conference of the ANC for President Ramaphosa. So she is a loyalist there. You move to Marupin Ramakgopa. She's the second Deputy Secretary General of the ANC, who was on the slate that featured President Ramaphosa. She was able to make it. She won, and now she is the minister in the presidency. So she's very powerful at Luthuli House, and now she's going to be very powerful within the presidency. You also move to Sputla Ramakgopa, and he's also regarded as the president's man, or one of the president's men. So a number of them, you would say the president has in a way been able to get people who are sympathetic to him politically within the context of ANC politics.
And I think the broader, bigger question for South Africa, is this likely to be a cabinet that will deliver? The president himself said this is the time for action. At least two of the ministers, and I think of Noxolo Kivet as Public Service and Administration Minister, and of course Kgosiyanso Ramakgopa as Electricity Minister, have to hit the ground running so quickly already, one facing that public service strike, the other the electricity crisis. Do you see within this team people of talent, people of integrity, who can actually get the job done?
Of course, most of them are capable. They can get the job done, but they do not have time. If I were you, I wouldn't put my hopes on that, because they simply do not have time. And also, if you look at the recently announced budget by the finance minister, there is very little they can do. Take, for instance, Mr. Sputla Ramakgopa as the electricity minister. He will need all the financial resources he can get to deal with the energy crisis and the electricity crisis. He has already said, being quoted by the media, saying that one of his responsibilities and immediate tasks will be to meet with the finance minister, because he would need money to be able to deal with the issue of the energy crisis or electricity crisis. So you get a sense that, yes, most of them are people who are capable, they are competent, they've got skills and qualifications, some of them, including Dr. Ramakgopa himself. But the question is, I would say this is more about political maneuvering more than anything. It's the president of the ANC who's the president of the Republic undertaking these changes, motivated by the developments of the outcome of the ANC's conference. Yes, he has appointed these ministers and deputy ministers because he had to patch here and there, but there is no time for them to be able to deliver. And there are too many socio-economic challenges in the country. Recently, we just saw that in terms of the economy, 1.3.
Yep.
Very
shrinking of the GDP in the last 3 months.
Unemployment, you have these challenges that are there. So the Minister of Labour and Employment and the Minister of Public Service and Administration, they've got a lot on their plates to deal with. So this team will have to work hard, but I wouldn't be too optimistic, because they simply don't have time and there is no money to implement most of the things that they will be undertaking.